All right, thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you for tuning in to my page. It's been some time anyway, but then don't worry, we will be more consistent as we proceed from now on. Very quickly, my name is Olukunle Ibrahim, and as you all know, some people call me Bishop. Well, I don't know what we know anyway, but it's just the little that we are just blessed with anyway. I want us to talk about contentment. I have discovered that so many things happen in the journey of our lives, and they are, when we look at the outcome and we now check back as to why did these things happen, I discovered that so many things happen because we lack contentment. And I remember I put up a statement on my Facebook page where I said, we look to everybody as though we have everything. And that's because every time they see us, we're looking good, we're smiling, and we're just moving on. And nothing happens around us that we are not. We just keep moving. I said, that only happens because we have mastered the art of contentment. We have mastered the art of contentment. However, contentment does not in any way push to the background or push to the invisible world desires. That is to tell you that I desire things too. I love to have things too. We want to have things too. We want to have the good things of life too. We want to have everything. We just want to have things. We want to have beautiful things. We want to have beautiful things. But it eliminates desperation. Being content eliminates desperation. And I will show you a clip in a moment. I do not know if my people will be able to show us this clip now. I want to see if we can see that clip. It's a clip of young chaps who want to do, they want to get involved in money rituals and all this Yahoo plus or what have you that you see around today. Let's see this short video. Let's see the short video, and then we'll continue from there. Yes, those are young chaps. Those are young chaps who want to make money. Yes, they want to make money. Young chaps who have not been taught properly, who have not been raised properly. The problems our nation is going through today, it stemmed up from people who were not taught to be content, who felt or who feels that having is what makes life meaningful. But when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, in fact, read the whole book, you'll find a writer who happened to be the richest man during his time, saying that everything is vanity. I'll give you an instance. You pray to God, Lord, I want to have a house of my own. And so he blesses you, he gives you money. And then you buy a plot of land. And for people who are in Nigeria, you know what it means. You know there are some people who come to your plot of land and say they are Omonile and all of that. And so, when they come there, because you don't want them to take the land from you, you quickly start up. And so you start up, you build the house. God help you, you finish building. And so you put up a perimeter fence around the house. You are afraid. The perimeter fence, you have electric wire fence. And so you make light consistent even when there is no light in the community. And in the compound, you have 2 big dogs. Apart from that, you have a security man who mans your gates with an AK-47. Apart from that, you make sure you pay your security dues in the community so that more attention will be paid to your house. Yet, when you sleep and you hear any noise at night, you wake up. That is to tell you that amassing wealth, just like Solomon said, I think Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 11, he said it is the wealth of the rich man that doesn't allow him to sleep. He said, but you know the poor man, he sleeps very well. Now, who is a poor man? Who is the Bible talking about in the context of being poor? The context of being poor there does not mean that the person does not have money. Does not mean that the person does not have food. Does not mean that the person does not have clothing. It simply means that the person is satisfied with what he has. Today, children are being raised by parents who are not satisfied themselves. And so their children become better than them in the business of not being content with life. Being content means that what you have, you are okay with it part-time, without being desperate. And when you become desperate, there is no way you will put your hand into things you ought not to put your hand into. You will. Not being content has chased so many women out of their marriages, broken so many marriages, not being contented. Oh, I saw my friend's husband. Look at what he's doing for her. Look at what he's doing for her. Look at what he's doing for her. Can you see you cannot do. Oh, come on. There is time for everything. Apostle Paul said, you know what? The moment you have food to eat, you have clothes to wear. He said you should be there with content. He went on to say in the book of Philippians, he said, I have learned both when I have plenty and when I don't have plenty, therewith to be content. I have learned to be contented. Whether I have plenty, I'm okay. I don't have plenty, I'm okay. When I don't have, I know that my time will come. My time will come. Contentment is key to living a peaceful life. And look at the antidote in Matthew chapter 6 verse 25. He said, Jesus Christ said himself, take no thought for your life. Oh, you said, you mean I should not take care of my life? No, that's not what he's saying. He said, don't allow anxiety, because the word thoughts there actually means anxiety. And when you read the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse 10, there was, you began to hear him talk about you not getting yourself too worked up for the things that you're going to eat. Because every day has sufficient problems coming with it. And so if you allow yourself to be worked up, anxiety will shut down your body system. Your heart begins to beat at a pace that it is not supposed to beat. Discontentment has killed more people than even cancer. The sickness that is dealing with you now, check properly. Not being contented might just be the cause. Not being satisfied with what you have. Greed has eaten so many like cancer. Greed. I want everything. You want this one. This one is out. I want it too. That one is out. I want it too. This one is out. I want it. What is your problem? You want to live a peaceful life? You want to live a good life? Be contented. I said to you earlier on, being content does not eliminate desires. You can still desire. Mark chapter 11 verse 23. When ye pray, what things soever ye desire, make them known to God. Philippians chapter 4 verse 10 downwards. It says, when you also pray, don't take thoughts about things. Don't be anxious for anything. Be anxious for nothing. But when you are praying, with prayers and supplications, make your desires known to God. If my girl just comes to me and she starts crying, I'm concerned. But I will only be concerned for a while. After I've asked so many questions, I will change it for her. It's only Nigerians that understand that language. I go change them for her. I'll bring out my... if my words cannot get the answer from your mouth, then I'll bring out something else. I'll bring out the rod. Don't spare the rod. If you do not have something to say, then why are you crying? Crying does not communicate. You are not a baby. Only babies communicate by crying. Only babies. Only babies. Some people go before God and they are crying in front of me, and he's wondering, why is this one crying? Are you a baby? Contentment is key. You want to have a good life? Go and learn contentment. Learn to be contented. You must learn it. Having all the degrees and not having the degree of contentment, and you must have first class in it. Not having a degree, we have so many people all over the place. They have all the degrees. They have first class, they have PhD, they have every degree, but no degree in contentment. Not even a pass. And once that is missing, every other one is useless. Because one act of discontentment can erode your dignity. It can mess up a lifetime, integrity that you have been building. It can mess up a lifetime. You know that you gain honor from people when they look at you. Say, should I take this? Oh, yeah, it's okay. If you give me this, if you don't give me, must you give me? Not contented. The Yorubas have a saying, they say somebody dash you money, you dey count am. You won't tell and say the money no complete. I remember somebody gave me money one time, a very long time ago. The person actually gave me 4,500, and I know in my heart of heart that he actually meant to give me 5,000 naira. And so while he was counting, I think he mistakenly counted 4,500. I knew he wanted to give me 5,000. It's been a very long time now. But will I now go and tell him and say, oh God, that money was not complete? Complete how much? And parents, charity, they say, begins at home. You teach your children. Train them to be contented in life. Don't be like those boys that I just showed you. They are dying in their numbers. They might not come out to tell you. You might not see it on the news. They are running mad in their numbers. I even hear that some of you have now had association of Yahoo Boys parents, association of Yahoo Boys mothers, association of Yahoo Boys parents. What a big shame. Is this how you are raised? Is this how you are trained? How is this the kind of education that you got from our forefathers and foreparents? The Yoruba say, "Ìtẹ́lọ́rùn ni baba ìwà." Ìtẹ́lọ́rùn. Àìnítẹ́lọ́rùn a máa lé obìnrin kúrò nílé ọkọ. Àìnítẹ́lọ́rùn kò ń jẹ́ ká gbélé ọkọ, kò ní jẹ́ ká kò possible. You won't. Greediness, greed. Some men have chased beautiful women out of their lives. Greed. Wonderful women. Chase them out of their destiny. Chase them out of their lives. Greed. Because you are concerned, because you just want to get this one. You forget this one, and then he slips out of your hands. And when you don't now get this one, by the time you turn back to this one, it's gone. I'll be coming up like this frequently. This is a part 1 of this particular topic because we are going to be talking extensively on contentment. I feel so much borders around contentment. Look at what we have as a nation. Mineral resources. What we are blessed with. The weather alone. Drop a corn of seed anywhere in Nigeria, it will germinate. It will germinate. We are blessed. We are blessed. But the greed of some, just a few people, who are just made up their mind to, whether directly or indirectly, enslave every other person. Just to enslave every other person. Contentment is key to nation building. Contentment is key. Some of you even go as far as borrowing money to buy Ashwebi. I don't look at people's face. So I will attend your event. If you don't like the dress I wear when I come there, then that's okay. It's your opinion. That's you. As long as I'm not in rags. And in any case, what I'll be wearing when I come there will be more expensive than what you said I should buy. Wouldn't it be better as I would have packaged the more than what you said I should use to buy clothes, or even just about that same amount, put it inside an envelope and give it to you? So that after the event you will have something to spend? Or at least something to add to what you have? Wisdom is profitable to direct. Your life is more complicated than you know. More complex than you know. I want you to take life easy. I want you to be contented. I want you to make contentment a part of your life henceforth. I want you to say to yourself, henceforth, I'll be contented with what I have. I'll be contented with what I have. Satisfied. But don't forget, it doesn't eliminate desires. It only destroys desperation. You are not desperate. You are not desperate. I remember I lost times in school. Lost time. So much time. Because I wanted to travel abroad. Doing everything possible. That was when I was desperate. That was when I was desperate. Never again will I be desperate for anything. I now discovered that the things I am not desperate for, they are the things that come to me with ease. So I now shift everything I need, all my desire, into my box of contentment. Never desperate for anything. May God help us. Well, I'll come back your way again sometime very, very soon. I'll try as much as possible to make it very, very consistent, so that it will sync. But then, please, in the meantime, do us a favor by sharing this video with others. Let others hear this good news. Let others learn. We are here to teach ourselves. We are here to help